The number of homeless animals varies by state, and in some states there are as many as 300,000 homeless animals that are euthanized in shelters every year. These are not the offspring of homeless street animals. These are the puppies and kittens of cherished family pets and even purebreds. Many people are surprised to learn that nationwide more than 2.7 million healthy and adoptable cats and dogs are euthanized in animal shelters annually. Spay-neuter is the only permanent, 100% effective method of birth control for dogs and cats. This is according to the Humane Society of the United States website. A 2016 to 2017 survey conducted by the American Pet Products Association, or the APPA, found that 68% of U.S. households, or about 85 million families, own a pet. That means that there is a high likelihood that the majority of you in this class own a pet or know someone who does. Today I'm going to try to persuade you to see the importance of spaying and neutering your pets to help combat the problem of overpopulation, which leads to so many healthy animals being euthanized. I will explain how easy and safe it is to get your pet castrated, which, if all animal owners did, would completely eliminate the problem of overpopulation. I will also explain to you the health problems that can easily be prevented by spaying and neutering. Let's begin by getting more in depth about the overpopulation issue. Too many pets remain intact or not castrated in this country, which leads to overpopulation and overcrowding in animal shelters. This is completely avoidable. According to ASPCAPro.org, female cats can breed 3 times a year and have an average of 4 kittens per litter. Dogs can breed twice a year with litters of 6 to 10 puppies. In just 7 years, one unspayed female cat and her offspring can produce 420,000 kittens, and one unspayed female dog and her offspring can produce 97,000 puppies. The 2016 news article, Solving a Problem One Cat or Dog at a Time, states that the surgeries are important for controlling the overall population of animals in the area, particularly cats. Cheryl Bush, a volunteer for the Athens County Humane Society in Ohio, adds, "Let's just say conservatively, if half of the animals we spay and neuter, if 900 were females, multiply that by a litter. That would be between 3,000 or 4,000 unwanted kittens or puppies. There is no reason for overpopulation or the amount of unwanted puppies or kittens mentioned in this speech, but many pet owners are reluctant to get their pet castrated due to cost or the possibility of a medical complication arising during the surgical procedure. It is possible, however, to find low-cost to no-cost spaying and neutering clinics. Spay USA offers more than 1,500 referrals to low-cost clinics nationwide, while pet welfare websites like the Humane Society and PetSmart charities provide the opportunity to search by zip code for low-cost options. I have worked for 4 different low-cost clinics in New Mexico alone, with the traveling clinics costing nothing to low-income pet owners. It is also important to remember that castration is usually included in the cost of adopting an animal. Spaying and neutering are outpatient procedures, which means you can take your pet home the same day. According to Dr. Elizabeth Lynch, a staff veterinarian at MSPCA Angel Center at Nevins Farm, for most cats we use a reversible anesthetic shot, so they recover very quickly. Usually within 10 to 20 minutes, they are awake enough to walk around. Dogs take a little longer, from 15 to 30 minutes. The longer surgeries often have somewhat longer wake-up times. I have assisted in many different spays and neuters and have rarely seen a complication arise. The American Veterinary Medical Association website states, while both spaying and neutering are major surgical procedures, they are also the most common surgeries performed by veterinarians on cats and dogs. Like any surgical procedure, sterilization is associated with some anesthetic and surgical risk, but the overall incidence of complications is very low. Let me continue by explaining the health risks involved with not castrating your pet. Spaying can drastically reduce the chance of a female dog or cat getting mammary cancer when it matures sexually. In the article entitled Why Neutering is So Important in the Dog Watch newsletter, James Flanders, DVM, who's an associate professor in surgery at Cornell's College of Veterinary Medicine explains that spaying a female puppy prior to sexual maturity and the accompanying development of mammary tissue yields a 200-fold reduction in the chance that it will get mammary cancer later on. It is also a similar story for cats, who, if spayed before the age of 6 months, are highly unlikely to develop this aggressive form of cancer. Spaying can also prevent the occurrence of pyometra, which is an infection in the uterus of female dogs and cats. The same article, Why Neutering is So Important, goes on to state other conditions that are prevented by removal of the female reproductive organs include pyometra, a life-threatening disorder marked by the accumulation of pus in the uterus. It is a very serious medical condition that I had seen over and over again during my career as a veterinary nurse. The majority of the time, the owners faced financial constraints, which prevented them from being able to treat the pyometra, which oftentimes resulted in the death of the animal. As mentioned before in this speech, it is completely possible to castrate a pet for a minimal cost, and I was always frustrated that the pyometra could have been prevented had the animal just been spayed to begin with. Prostate and testicular cancer are real risks associated with male intact dogs. Again, referring to the article, Why Neutering is So Important, the following is written. Males stand to benefit in several respects from the removal of their testicles, especially when the procedure is done at an early age. As intact male dogs grow older, Dr. Flanders points out, they are very likely to have problems associated with the prostate gland. When they reach the age of 8, 9, or 10, it is quite possible for the gland to become enlarged. This condition, called benign prostatic hypertrophy, is very common, he says, and the removal of the testicles will almost certainly prevent its occurrence in older dogs. The same holds true for less common but more severe prostatic problems, such as prostatic cancer and serious infections of the gland, which can have fatal consequences. And of course, castration also rules out the possibility of testicular cancer. The same holds true for male cats. So as you can see, overpopulation can be easily prevented, along with many health problems that can arise if pets are not spayed or neutered. I hope you can see my viewpoints and will think twice before deciding against castrating your pet. Maybe you can even talk to your friends and family about the things mentioned in this speech. I firmly believe that the more this information is shared, the more that people will be able to make more informed decisions that will lead to their pets living longer and will also end with less unwanted animals in shelters. Remember those 2.7 million healthy animals that are euthanized annually? Imagine how wonderful it would be if we could end this tragic statistic just by performing a routine medical procedure.